tree, but Bait has had that consistency for themselves. So even though the tiebreakers are not the easiest, I will say they have proven time and time again when their backs are truly up against the wall that they can deliver something special. For some reason, Solji just gives us the eyes. I don't know why.
Yeah,
after everyone says good luck, have fun, he's like, no, I'm techies. No fun.
No, he is playing techies, to be fair, John. You know, he's got to get into the psyche of Bait early on. So Stominant gonna break the smoke here of Felt, who are gonna maybe run right into him, but they'll realize, like, yeah, guys, maybe we shouldn't fight into the tier 1 tower at level 1. Leave him alone. We'll see if Bait want to try and fight, but it does feel like Felt have the stronger level 1 team fight right now, so probably preferable you just don't get involved here.
Yeah, just don't force the issue too hard. Very early tips, and it looks like they will try to contest for the river runes at least.
I mean, Felt want to fight. That's the thing. Bait are the ones that do not want to fight this level 1 timing. It'll be 3 for 1 in terms of bounty runes, I believe. No, Stominant did get the denial. I thought he didn't get away with that. Wait, hold on a minute. It says hit immune picked it up, but then it says... What the hell? Look at that jump.
Yeah, I'm confused. Why are there 5 bounties? Huh?
No, because it says one of them got denied.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Hidamune picked it up and then Stominant denied it. Like, so which one was it?
I don't even know. I literally do not even know. I don't want to check net words. I don't think I can tell once the lanes break out. So we'll just assume that both happened at the same time, Mike. We've got a weird state in physics right now as we take a look at our mid. Dendi on that Storm up against Kits on the Pangolier. We've seen this matchup multiple times. Storm Spirit can kind of work this one out pretty darn well. I think out of all the Pango matchups, next to the Void Spirit, this is probably one of the better ways of handling a Pango. You get your level 3, you can go for Vortex Blaze, you can apply Steady Harass onto Kits. Kits, for his part, shouldn't be under too much pressure. Rune control is going to be a big aspect of this matchup, and it should hold steady until at least level 4 or 5. The early 6 timing's the big one that dictates who will find an early laning kill for the most part, unless someone oversteps their bounds. So denying and lane control are going to be a massive aspect of that as well.
Top lane, you were just having a look at it there. Of course, Stonebank and Lowdyne going to be up against Fade and Solji. And already, like, it's not the easiest lane for Stonebank because, again, you are going to have troubles trading as bottom lane. Funnick already going down. Albino Zebra able to secure the kill in the Skywrath. And that's another thing, right? Like, this bottom lane is not going to be proving to be too easy, I don't think, for Bait.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit rough going. You do have the Kotl plus the Beastmaster combo, so you've got the Axe spam with the Chakra, but it takes a while to rip through something like the CK, and the Skywrath Mage is just a little bit too fast, even without the boots free to constantly hammer down. Top lane still a little bit rough for Stonebank. Like, you're seeing that effect of a harassment from Solji. He's got 700 range. Can just apply constant right clicks onto Stonebank.
Stop being a hater. Leave techies alone, John.
No. This absolutely deserves hate. You know, this does deserve it. The techies does way too much. It really does. And you know, you were talking about, oh, you've got rage to pop when you get the sticky bomb. You know what rage cooldown is? It's 20 seconds, level 1. Sticky bomb is 12. You'll always have a second sticky bomb to harass out the Lifestealer. Good.
Yes, good. You get a free BKB. No bitching, John. No bitching.
This year is dead. Lifestealer's just not a hero. To be fair, in this game, you are up against 2 strength cores, so I guess there's some value in that, but his percent damage is really bad. Like 1.7% max health damage. Wow.
That's nice. It's a great ability,
nice.
John.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure it matches up to Techie's 64 damage right click right now.
To be fair, Lowdyne is playing a universal hero as well, John. You know, he's playing Batrider. Not my fault if he doesn't do enough damage.
Yeah, not his fault he doesn't do as much as the techies. Not his fault he has less than 300 less range than the techies. For a dude with a bat that spitting in comparison to this homemade cannon.
Fade gonna be chased down a little bit here by Stonebank. Stonebank getting to a level where he can start to trade harass now with the level 2 Feaster. But it's still, the problem is, like, Fade is still going to find too much farm as the LC. And, you know, as the LS, if you go up to trade and Fade just pops Q, like, you have to walk away. The attack speed bonuses are way too high with Moment of Courage procs.
That's just way too much output. I'm very curious about Stonebank's build-up. He has triple gauntlets of strength. That's a lot of investment just to hold your lane steady. It's kind of awkward because he still only has 66 damage with 3 stat items. It's like, it's not amazing, Mike.
Lodine's trying so hard to chase Soldier here, but he may have cost his own life. There's no deny either. The creep's not hitting hard enough. Soldier able to secure the first blood on the techies. Excuse me, not the first blood, but his first kill on the techies. And I do say first kill because he is probably going to secure some more later on here, John.
More than likely. That is something we tend to see when you pick techies up. You do get a little bit of a TP out, so you're not going to be able to TP in refill Kit's bottle. And I will have to say the one lane that's launching off here for Bait is that mid, which is to be expected. Dendy's having a great time on the Storm up against the Pango matchup. Will hit level 6 a little bit earlier as well. I'm surprised it's Lodine making the rotations in. Granted, he's the one who died. So he tops up Dendy's bottle, but you really want to see the Skyrat, or you really want to see a little bit more coming out. To be fair, I guess a Kotl rotation isn't also particularly impressive. So it's just down to, again, a little bit of an awkward support duo coming out for Bait. And they are stacking up at the least. So there's some flash farm for Funnick or Dendy to find down the line in the triangle, but for the most part, it doesn't feel like you can really utilize this early 6 on Dendy all too much here.
Sticky bomb, Lodine, gonna cop it. Dendy's gonna jump in to try and make sure Kits cannot just get a free rune. In fact, it is gonna be Stominant who took the regen rune, as now Solji is still being chased down by Dendy. Dendy feeling very confident. We'll even go for another now onto our Albino Zebra. He'll be able to escape. Dendy is completely out of mana. Doesn't want to dive the tier 1 tower at the moment anyway. But a nice pickup here for the mid of Bait. They do at least pick off Solji. They should be pretty happy with that as well. Denying the regen route away from Kits is always going to feel nice.
Yeah. Just ensuring that the Pango is going to be a little bit awkward in the lane. Granted, you just kind of go back in, drop a clarity on Kits, and he's perfectly fine. Leaving your side lanes open is not the biggest deal in the world for the side of Felt. Both Burna and Fade are doing happily enough, just farming by themselves. It's not the biggest loss. Although Stonebank is starting to get a little bit more out of his lane now, being left alone. A bit of a chase down for the Wisdom Runes. Good takes by Bait. Finding both at least.
Yeah, we'll see if Lowline can find a way out. It's a nice juke on the blast off. Kits is not going to pop the Rolling Thunder. Wouldn't have made it in time anyway. It's definitely a very nice steal from Lodine. Especially because he's able to get out with his life intact. Look at these stacks by Albino Zebra. My goodness, like, not by him, he just walks past them. But that's a lot of stacks in the ancient camp. Imagine that's for fighting.
Should be for our good old Moon Man, and he's got the level 3 access. Doesn't take too long to melt through that. You've got the chakra to kind of help you sustain through. They've done a great job of just stacking up with Stominant. Even though his lane presence isn't really felt, they're ensuring that the resources will come out here for the side of Bait. For Felt, again, it's a bit of a slower game for them. I was expecting a little bit more play with this guy, but it's not quite there. Solji
being chased down by Lodine, but the Rolling Thunder from Kits does get used up as Solji is still trying with the blast off. They will get a 1-for-1 trade, but now Dendy wants to keep going after Kits. Kits will be okay to walk away from this. Just a 1-for-1 on the supports. Not too big of a deal, but I'd say it still kind of favors Bait, because it is a position 4 for a position 5. Bait losing their +5 Bat Rider, probably not going to be too upset about it. Is Dendy? They will try to chase him down, but without landing the Ancient Seal, there's no real chance of actually killing him off. Top lane though, Stonebank, oh, he barely survives. But I believe he went for a creep on that final right click, so he doesn't secure the kill on Fade. Meanwhile, mid,
Happens.
Lodine is going to go down once again. Albino Zebra taking that one. Meanwhile, Fade is still hanging around top lane. He does have overwhelming odds, so maybe just trying to snipe Stonebank. But I think it's probably not worth the risk here for Fade. But his team is coming.
Team coming in.
They can land the blast off. Oh, Rage is too quick. Stonebank, he's perfectly fine. Back to the jungle for him.
Should just be able to catch up in there, and with a phase boots up, it's a lot harder to pin down that lifestealer. We need to see the levels come out here for the side of Felt. They need this Mystic Flare. They are lacking burst damage early on. You're not ready to kind of drag your CK around and try to melt these softer targets. So you need to play with that combo. Just dual plus Mystic Flare. And it's going to be a little bit longer until that Mystic Flare is up and running. Just the tendency for supports now to be a little bit more EXP starved, although again Wisdom Runes have been fixing that issue pretty nicely. Collapsing onto mid once more.
Absolutely. Ancient Soul this time is there onto Dendi, but they aren't fully committing. Soldier did not want to pop Blast off. His kits did not have enough mana to pop Rolling Thunder either, sadly, so Dendi gets away. Chase is on now for Stominant, but he is still running. Concussive Shot does land. Stominant eventually should fall and will. They still get something for their trouble, as even top lane, Stonebank's gonna drop. Jewel did not end up paying off for Fade, but nevertheless, getting the kill on Stonebank, probably a bigger deal anyway.
You don't mind. You drag Burna up top to help you get that kill, but yeah, he's perfectly fine with that. He's got the armlet up. He can just kind of farm with the Phantasm Illusions, get this push going on the top tier 1. So now you're shoving this Lifestealer away to farm elsewhere. It's going to be a little bit of a slower process for him. The Lifestealer just not the most impressive flash farmer in the game right now. Fade does take position down bot. His Blade Mill is only the recipe away. He's going to feel pretty secure here. They are chasing down though.
Albino Zebra zip in from Dendi just to ensure they secure the kill. Albino Zebra will drop. Bait trying to get a little bit more active on the map, to say the least. They are looking to maybe go after Fade here down at the bottom lane. Funnick does have Raw to try and commit to this, but Fade, seeing the Beastmaster, will immediately try for the Twin Gate TP out, though Funnick, ooh, he had the Hawk Vision. He just did not have the time for the Raw, as Fade does hand the tip over. And 0.1, I think he's trying to say he was 0.1 seconds away.
Yeah, it looked like it. Like he was on the edge. So it could have been a nice kill to find before the bailout, but sometimes it doesn't line up. Down mid though.
Yeah, Solji being chased down. Kid's still going to try and help him out with the Rolling Thunder. Will allow Soldier to get himself out of there, but now Dendi has caught the Pangolier into the lasso as well to lock him down. Kid's somehow still alive, still trying to run, but cannot make it. He is gone. Now Bino may just be joining him, as Funnick will pick up a double kill on the Beastmaster.
Manages to clear out. He's working towards his Ags as well. With Vanguard up, much harder to pierce down that hero. Fade.
Dendi's going to try for this. He's feeling pretty farmed up on the Storm at the moment. Has infinite mana thanks to Stominant being right behind him as well. And Dendi able to pick up a killing spree now on the Storm. 3-0-1 is the scoreline here for the Storm so far. And a pretty fantastic start for Dendi. It should be a fairly strong Storm game for him this game.
Yeah, again, you've got the battery in the form of the Coddle. You've got your early Falcon Blade done. Your Witchblade's almost done as well, flying out. So you're hitting your early timings. For the side of Felt, again, this is probably just down to not having support levels. You managed to finally hit level 6 in Albino Zebra. So you can look for some bigger dual plays. You can look for those Ancient Seal, Mystic Flare combinations coming out. And for Fade, he has the Blade Mail. So it's a little bit comfier going up against this output as well, if you can find the angle in. But Bait doing a great job. I mean, they get the 3k lead going for their side off the back of these pickoffs. Both Fade and Kit's not having a particularly good time coming out of the laning phase. Their timings are stalled out. You really need to blink up on the LC to start getting control here. And for Kits, every single second, every single minute you're delayed on your diffusal, it also is a huge delay in your power spike. We talked about the camps to be cleared out here. Funnick already getting to work on the triangle. I believe he cleared out some of the initial stacks already, but there's always fresh stacks coming out here on the side of bait. And no contestation coming out from Felt. They're just not on that opposite side of a river. Some value is there for bait.
Mid-river, bait's dominant. Rotating. Fade is around. Or rushing for the shield rune. Dendi is going to be able to pick it up, but they got the ancient seal off. Problem is they still are unable to catch him with the Jewel of Fade. Has the Blade Mail, but does not have the blink up yet, so they really cannot catch Dendi at the moment. Not safely, anyway. That's kind of the important thing, it feels like, for Phil. Like, this blink timing on Fade just seems so important to be able to slow down the storm, and we just haven't seen it yet. You might really just want to prioritize farming that up before you do go again, but another smoke has been popped. Down towards the bottom lane they go. And Fade may just be feeling like he really wants some dual damage right now because he's still sitting on 0. Plus 10 would be nice.
Middle tower is under
Maybe even plus 18 if he's able to get level 10 before they go for that duel, but the smoke is broken. Lodine was not spotted out on the Batrider, and it seems like Bait are pretty well aware that this smoke is happening. So they'll just take the ancient stacks here for Funnick. And, well, sadly for Felt, they are a little bit late to the party.
Just not finding in with his map movement. And it's just leading Bait to be much more efficient. You know, all their heroes are farming. They hit the Ags timing now for Funnick, so more output, more sustain coming out from Beastmaster, better farming as well to keep that gold building up. And it's actually a pretty interesting build, right? Like, Ags into CK is, well, those are illusions you can lifesteal off of. Granted, these illusions are pretty beefy and they do a lot of damage. So I don't think it's as straightforward for the Beastmaster, but that does provide some stall out here for the side of Bait. They're getting a lot of room out to have Stonebank farm up. Is rushing into the full Mjolnir. Does have the Maelstrom running.
Big pick off here for the side of Bait if they can get it, but now they're the ones in danger. Lodine needing to back off. Kids dropping very, very low, but nobody is able to secure the kill onto the Pengo. And in fact, Lodine's even out of there. Solji is still having a look around to see if he can find the Batrider. Instead, mid lane again, the zip is there onto Hidden Mune. The CK completely alone is going to drop. Nobody able to help him out. Is now Felt are on the run. Solji trying to get out of there. He will be okay, but the mid tier 1 tower is going to drop here for Bait. Felt that they've really dropped the ball here in this game too, I'll tell you, John. At least for now, they're not looking too healthy.
It's just boiling down to the fact that you couldn't get this EXP going for Albino Zebra, and now when you clump up and you're really not finding much. You're not able to get any duels up on Fade when he has gone for these early duel wins. It's time for you to just sit back and farm, which is exactly what Bait want to do anyway. Like, their lineup's a little bit greedier, running Batrider support. You've got a Lifestealer who needs a lot of farm, but you are finding that farm. Like, you've managed to dictate this game, and from Felt, it hasn't felt like they've been able to do much to influence this game past the laning phase. Like, again, we're just not seeing the tie-in of the Skywrath Mage plus the LC. It's just not leading to much activity. Maybe when you get this blink up on Fade, the game changes a little bit, but it's still challenging. That output of Bait is just growing higher and higher.
Here we go again. Team fight to break out. They have got the lasso on Solji, so Solji going to drop as Bait still fighting to try and force us to a game 3. And looking very good for now as they have a 6k advantage. There's those drums you love to hear as well, John. Funnick's got him. Bait, again, still well and truly in the lead. Their game to lose. I mean, you really don't want to throw this kind of lead away. Everything's just going perfectly for you. So now we could have the saving grace fulfilled, because Fade does have the blink on the way. Still no jewels being won yet for the LC, but I think it's about time that he starts making those jewels happen.
Yeah, you need to start getting some aggression out here on the side of Felt. Yeah, just play with Albino Zebra and Fade. Have them connect, have them look for these dual wins. And once you get a good chunk of damage, it's also going to be a good chunk of gold. You can start to get a little bit more Lodine.
Yeah, getting caught out here. Lodine is going to drop. Kits will take the kill.
I always find a way to gain the upper hand.
Not too big of a kill, but it's something for Phil.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah, I
is
think
under attack.
again they probably should be prioritizing trying to make this LC blink get to work. They might have a chance to very soon because Beta going for Roshan.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I would run up to the top left of the corner of the map, and Roshan is officially underway here for Bait. Felt they are around the corner. They could try to make their way there, but it doesn't really feel like they have the knowledge that this is happening. And even if they do, they don't have the vision around that area. Like, against the Hawk vision of Funnick, it'd be pretty rough to find a way into that fight.
Dire's bottom tower.
You've got the secondary life secured. You've got the Infest Bomb with Dendi on hand. You've got the casual Hyperstone sitting in here for Stonebank. So he's doing a lot now on that Life Stealer. And for Felt, they're just defaulting again to sitting back, trying to farm up. We need to see this connection, man. Storm's not the target for the duel, though.
Duel is out. They've got the Storm, but the pop-out is there from Stonebank, sharing the Mystic Flare damage, so they do find one. It's the Aegis down on Stonebank. Fade will drop, so will Stominant. Rolling Thunder has been stopped in its tracks as well as Funnick did commit the Roar. They'll lose Soldier to boot here, and Kits is not looking too healthy, as Denny will drag him back. Double kill for the Storm. Yes, you lose the Aegis, but what does it matter? Felt lose 3 for 1.
Radiant's middle tower.
It doesn't matter at all. Again, just too tanky for Denny to melt down with a Life Stealer inside him, and the duel just... You're not getting the wins. You at least find something to slow down, maybe make it a little bit less likely that Bait go onto the high ground, but they'll find a tier 2 for free. They'll be able to take control of that bot jungle, cut off your farm on the side of Felt, and for Felt, it's really awkward, right? Because you feel like this lineup should have been able to do more. They're not able to bait play their cards really well.
When he gets a jewel off, he needs some help,
healing.
though. Mystic Flare gonna come in, and yeah, the drums are just healing him up. I mean, he will eventually fall, so it's still a nice pick-off here for Felt. Definitely something they desperately need, but they just can't win a duel.
They just can't. Like, the Crimson Guard coming out as well. Funnick having a great read as to what the issues will be in this game. Just the physical block ensures that Fade and Kits just don't do too much in the middle of these fights. You find something, but you still need a win. Fade has to find a win somewhere. At some point, he's got to get some dual damage in, because you're lacking some output, especially when Berna doesn't join in. Like, if the CK is not there, then a lot of your physical burst is gone. If your CK does join, the Beastmaster drums just becomes much more valuable. It's a weird circumstance for the side of Felt, where they're doing what I believe is the right thing. It's just the right thing doesn't feel good right now. It's just you have to kind of take some scattered fights, just try to give space for the CK, and hope you can come back in with a little bit more to offer. Ag's up and running on Kits. It's a little bit easier for the Pangolier to dish out some damage in the middle of these fights, try to work his way through the barriers, but it's still a tough game. And Bait, they're in control. They've done a great job of just really building up this lead for themselves. They're showing us still why Lifestealer can be a good hero. It has been paying off against these strength cores at the very least that Felt has. And for Felt, playing passive with this kind of lineup is just, it's not a good feeling. You know you want to do more, but you just can't.
Here we go. Top lane. Felt are grouped, but Bait are making their way over, and we know Bait are more than happy to force a fight at the moment. Felt are probably the ones that want to avoid this kind of circumstance. It is coming though. Bait still smoked up, moving in. Stominant gets 4-star forward. Kits, he's going to get jumped immediately. Stonebank jumping in to try and help out. They've already got Kits under control. The Pango, he can't get away. At least they do kill off Lowline as a trade, but it's not going to be worth it. Felt are falling apart in game 2. Soldier's going to drop. Hit immune, the last target does go down. A full team wipe for Bait. On the brighter side, John, they won a duel. That happened.
And that's a positive. You get your first duel win out. 28 damage immediately coming out there for Fade. But how do you deal with this? Like, the Infest, you're way too tanky on Dendi to focus him down. The supports stand all the way in the back line, as we can see in the replay. And they throw everything out. It's still not enough. They managed to get that control on Kits before he gets the Rolling Thunder off, and you can't do anything. Like, the angles are just too tough. The Crimson Guard providing so much in the middle of these fights. And to sustain, you're getting on Funnick with the Ags. This is a pretty decent Drums of Slom game, man. We're just not feeling the effect of getting this farm on Berna. Your CK is actually doing nothing here.
Certainly is not. The CK proving to not be the greatest position one, and he's certainly just very far behind in farm as well as the CK. Like, it's kind of the thing with these style of position ones is you want to be ahead in farm, or at least kind of on equal footing. But Bait is really waking up in game 2 and showing they are still a team to respect in this series against Feld. They are now looking for that the bottom tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is
They'll be able
under
to
attack.
get away with this quite freely, I think, though TPs are incoming. Kids threatening with the Rolling Thunder, gonna force Stonebank away. They have a very nice observer ward behind the tier 2 tower that's giving the vision of these TPs coming in. Bait, though, they are still smoked up around Solji. Smoke does break on Storminen. Funnick will have his smoke broken as well. Fade seems like he thought about going in, but he gets roared immediately. Now the lasso's out. They got Kits with that, so he can't Rolling Thunder. He'll eventually be able to get it off, but can they actually turn this team fight around? It doesn't really feel like it. They've lost 2 already. Dendi's going to go for a 3rd now. Albino Zebra going down. They do pick off Dendi, though. That's a nice one. A wicked 6 streak going the way of Kits. So a lot of gold being brought back the way it felt in just that one kill. But it's still not going to be able to save this tier 2 bottom tower that should just go down.
Yeah, and it's also not enough to really put a massive dent in what Bates managed to build up. You're going to need a lot more of these
Tower has fallen.
sort of weird pickoffs coming out from Fault to really gain control back in the game. And it was really down to Dendi maybe just going a little bit too far forward without popping his BKB. Chain control comes in. Punishment is there, but Felter is still in a really awkward position. Only one outer tower left. You're still lagging behind in a big way on Berna and pretty much every other core. The Halberd timing here from Fade is going to be big. It's just whether or not he can meet that timing now. It's the real issue here. So Beta are still in control. The Infest bombs on Dendi have been massive. Berna's just not able to do as much. They have a shield rune they're protecting here as well.
Radiant's bottom
Then he's
tower
going to have more to play with.
Radiant are scanning.
They are. Felt still grouped up. Still trying to find a way back into this game too. Need a lot more time though for the CK to feel like a real menace. Bait gonna smoke up again. They want to keep pressing this advantage. 17k net worth ahead. Just such a powerful team at the moment. As I run right into Soldier here on the techies, who's trying to push out the top wave. Easy kill for Dendi to just zip in on. Snowbank will enjoy that kill. Thank you very much. And with the techies down, they'll feel a little bit more confident to maybe pressure the top tier 2 tower while they're at it. Oh, hit immune. May get caught. Funnick gonna spot him out with the Hawk. He does not see them yet. Roar is there. It's available. But hit immune. He gets the illusions off in time. Problem is the lasso is gonna drag the right CK away as Funnick will finally pop the Roar once the BKB's over. And the CK, well, he's trying, but he will not be able to survive. Jewel is up from Fade. He's gonna lose the Jewel though. Funnick enjoying some extra damage for himself now. As Kits is still trying to at least get Funnick. 3 down for Felt. I believe they even bought back on Solji. But never mind, they did. No, he did buy back. So a pretty huge loss here for Felt.
Radiant's
Yeah, that's a massive loss. Bait, again, they're just too hard to pin down. They've got a lot of defensive items up. They're getting a lot of HP back. With Stonebank, if he does need to defensively infest, The bombs are just a bit too big for the side of Felt to deal with, and it just feels like they've missed the timing. You know, like this stalled out level 6 on Albino Zebra, the constant jumps in that we saw from Fade early on, just not landing into dual wins. It's starting to haunt them now. You're 20k behind on a lineup that really needed to be up-tempo. Like the CK, it's a decently scaling core, but it does feel like it's a hero that just takes advantage of some early damage spikes more than anything. Bait into Roche number 2 up top. Gonna be able to find us with no real contestation coming out from the side of Felt. They'll have a secondary life ready. They can just dive right in. They've got Cheese to refresh on another hero as well. And they'll just smoke up. Like, we could be 1 or 2 fights away from just a high ground siege here for Bait. And Felt, they've got to show us something, because so far it's been Bait this entire game. They've been the ones taking the initiative. They've been the ones finding these wins. And Felt have just been staring down the barrel of a gun, not really able to stop that bullet.
Felt, I mean, they are still grouping up mid lane. Kids could bait Dendi in. Dendi does go for it. Felt aren't particularly ready for this, so they are still trying to find a blast-off attempt here from Solji, but not quite able to get it, as now Bait have grouped up once again. Kids gonna try and go for a bit of a run before Funny can land a roar onto him. We'll be okay. Meanwhile, Hit Immune, Reality Rift was there on low dime, but he blinks away in time. Not taking any ticks of damage. Bait, I don't think they're quite ready for high ground yet. But if they could take a successful team fight with the Aegis they do have on Dendi, it'll probably be an immediate rush for the high ground after that. Here we go. Bottom lane, Funnick looking to set up, is going to find both Fade and Solji, but he'll go for the Roar onto Fade instead. The LC locked down, though he is still alive, but he's copying so much damage from Stonebank. He tried to man up. It was nowhere near enough. So both Albino Zebra and Fade end up dropping. Solji able to TP up, but you don't have a buyback available on the LC. So things are looking pretty tough now if Bait at least want to try for a T3 tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Going to be able to shove in mid. There is a fortified to stall for time here from Felt, but Stonebank full AC up. He just doesn't care about any sort of damage right now.
Jump in. Lasso is out. They have caught the CK again. Hit Immune. He has not had a good game on this Chaos Knight, and it continues to get worse and worse. As Bait, they will find a bottom tier 3 tower out of this, as well as the mid.
Radiant's middle tower.
Maybe 2 lanes of barracks to come, but Hit Immune at least does have buyback, so he can try to get involved once again with his team. Just the question is, how are they going to fight this?
Middle barracks is falling. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
They're going to try with a Rolling Thunder, perhaps from Kids. There it goes, Jewel out. They've caught Stonebank, but he already has the rage off, so he's copying no stuns here. Stonebank just taking down Fade with Funnick. Hit Immune's trying to man up. He is too low, gets roared up, he is gone, and the GG may as well be called, as they do call it. And Bait, they do successfully get a game 3 out of this series. Not giving up yet. They don't want tiebreakers, and I can't blame them.
Yeah, they're playing with her all. They make this